I dare you under every single circumstance. Keep dreaming. Keep looking at your dream. Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after the dream.
So what's going on, YouTube? I'm gonna make, and I have couples of questions that I received about my wire stripper. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Should I buy one? I'm claiming, if you're starting scrapping and you're seeking to strip like normal household wires, you know, like the plugs ends or whatever that kind of wires, or even BX, it's not good at all for that. If you got kind of a good supply of Romex, as I do sometimes, so I stack my wires for a while, and after couples of months, let's say 2-3 months after that, hey, mini jackpot digger. So after couples of months, I make a big razzia in that, and I strip them all up. But even for the BX, I need to strip with, I need to take the big shielding on it off, because if I strip this on my wire stripper, it will cut in it. I try every single time, and I wasn't even able to strip those like that. But if you got like high gauge wires, I don't have them really today, but high gauge wires like that machine is destined for that. It's really easy. You can even plug your drill on it, and seriously, it's worth it. But you have to got time for it. You're not gonna get rich with stripping wires, but it's seriously worth it. So my son was spying on my video. But so yeah, so I strip like oven wires like that, and I leave those plugs in the wire pile, because I calculated that it's not really worth it to hassle on those. But yeah, so all this was the ground of 2 garbage can. Actually, I had that garbage can was really filled more than to the top, and that one too full of Romex. So I finally did the first step. I took all the cover on it, pulled the shield. My son did a little part on it, so he just pulled the shield on it, so the ground. So this is the ground. But let's say in 8 hours I only did 19 minus 3 for the buckets. So I calculated at copper price, I did 57 bucks in 8 hours. But that was the hardest part. After that, now I'm going to the wire stripper. So this is the easiest part, the fun part of it. So I just filled the machine and it ended up. My way that I found it that was easier, I just cut pieces like 5 foot tall. So it's easy for me to just handle it, to make like a handful like that, and in the bucket it goes. So yes, if you are interested, let's go. I made an affiliate link for Canada and USA. I'm gonna work for Australia and UK soon. So if you're interested, it's a good machine, but you need to have good supply of wire. So I wouldn't recommend to normal people, normal household stuff. There's better machine. I saw a Scrapper Viper had one, looked great, with all the different adjustments to make for the different kind of wires. That one pretty much made for big gauge wires, minimum for number 1 gauge, you know, the high hard wire. Or if you have smaller gauge like those oven one that and it's hairy braid number 2 wires, it's harder. It needs some time adjustments. It's like whatever tool, when you first get it, it needs some adjustment. It needs to get used to it, but once you get it, seriously, I just enjoy it. I enjoy stripping copper. It's like therapeutic for me. I do it while watching movies or Netflix or following my favorite YouTube channels. So yeah, I think I would recommend it. So I'll try to make couples of way that I use them. Most of the time I use the handle like that. I use that handle. I don't use the drill because most of the time I work at night and I don't want to bother everyone with the drill sound. But yeah, I recommend it, but it depends on your grade of scrapper. So yeah, scrap till you die. My little cat came. So, not that much. 7-pound flush minus 2.3 pounds for the bucket. So there's 5 pounds of bare bright copper. So in 40 minutes, that's 40 minutes of work stripping that up. So do the maths, whatever you want. For me, 5 pounds of bare bright in 40 minutes. I mean, it's better than a lot. I mean, I took off the. You have to consider that it was worth something just as is. But personally, where I live, I don't have much more for number 1 and number 2 crap wires. So I think it's like 10 cents per pound more. Anyway, my wire stripper, seriously, do the maths, whatever you want. I like stripping wires. I do them when I watch YouTube. So
bust open the walls just to get the wire in. Took the hot water tank and leftover appliances, aluminum siding, and had to come back cause the furnace so big it wouldn't fit in the back. Now it's copper by the pound, wire by the inch. Got a check on the first and it's gone by the 5th. Scrap or die, nigga.